Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad, we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. Today we got the dynamic duo going. I'm gonna give a hot tag to our senior official. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Rep Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. Now, we were talking a little bit before we started recording. I hope a bright spot of the weekend was some breakfast and some good food, at least out there.
Lots of good food, lots of good pancakes. Had some amazing food along the roads, Montreal, Toronto. Good pancakes, eggs, fruit platter, full decorative fruit. They did it up well. Uh, Lots of Tim Hortons, biscuits on top of biscuits on top of coffee, blueberry muffins, uh, one donut. So much good breakfast. Can't get enough.
Nice.
Oh, one of the best breakfasts was Ref Adam had car troubles, so we stopped at a Kia in Buffalo, and we were right behind him. So I stopped and got some Tim Hortons. We had like 4 or 5 biscuits in the lobby of Tim Hortons, some good coffee, and just enjoying a nice morning.
Nice. There you go. At least,
A good family breakfast.
yeah, the biscuits and coffee were flowing at that time. At least it takes the sting off of it. Here the producer made some pancakes. I know I had a bunch of wings over the weekend that were pretty good. I made grits. Grits. We're a big fan of cheese grits in this house. Oh, grits, eggs, and sausage. Solid breakfast.
It was served on a plate though.
Our producer prefers her grits in a bowl. I'm just grabbing dishes. I am not about presentation. Solid food. Just had a chicken. That we will get into how I came across this chicken at some point in this show. But yeah, it was very good. But I hope you can tell me how you came across the food for my soul with a banger of the week, Perch.
Ooh, this week's banger of the week comes as a good one. It was an entrance song, and it goes to show we don't pick one side or the other. We're open to everybody because this week it's a Drake song. Way Too Sexy, Drake. Gringo Loco's entrance music. When that song comes on, the bass is bumping, and we definitely rocked that song. Gringo was a driver for part of the trip over the weekend. Found that it was best space wise as we maxed out the car for me to sit in back and for him to drive. He was thrilled. I was thrilled. The entire car was thrilled, and we bumped some good tunes the whole way. um, and yeah, this was definitely a good banger. We hit some grills as well.
Right.
Nelly up on there.
Country Air will always support our Nelly.
Classic. We bumped that out in Houston as well. So we kept the theme going this time. But yeah, Way Too Sexy. Drake.
Yep. That's a good one to make you forget Drake's current problems. All right. So, I know do we want to get the big one out of the way about what we watched this weekend with the homie?
Oh man, Money in the Bank this week was incredible. That main event, really, the whole show was awesome. The men's Money in the Bank, the surprises, hard hitting. That was it a belly to back or German suplex over the top rope to eliminate LA Knight? Holy smokes! Uh, the women's Money in the Bank was awesome as well. Chelsea Green MVP.
Yep.
Uh,
I'm not taking that table spot.
And how about who hit the pile driver through the ladder?
Oh
Was it
yeah.
Tyler?
Was that Zoe, I think, ate that.
Yeah, Zoe took it. It was incredible. All the moves. Tiffany Stratton coming out as victorious after Chelsea Green falls from the ladder through the table on the outside. Um, yeah, awesome to see. The final match of the night was one of the best.
Yeah, I think that was probably match of the night for me.
The Bloodline against Cody KO and Randy Orton. Just a great tag match. Such good, intense energy the entire time. And it was surrounded when Fatu hit that hot tag. Uh, so exciting to see him hit that take that DDT and
Mhm.
right up. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Could feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up. And we were watching
Like
with the
Nobody sells the setup to their finish like Randy. And whether
oh
he's going to hit it or whether he gets caught in the act. Like the look on his face when he goes to set for the RKO and he sees that, oh, he's ready. Uh,
yeah, it's not according to plan. Uh, yeah, Jacob Fatu was such a beast in that match. Hitting the whisper in the wind to change the fortune,
mhm.
picking up the champion by his head and sacrificing him to the team. Incredible finale. That match was awesome. Jacob Fatu is a monster. The bloodline is awesome. And shortly after we watched that match, the power in our motel went out. It was crazy. Luckily, it hung in there, and we were able to get that whole match and the whole show in. So much fun.
Nice, nice. Anything else you want to put over you saw this week?
The Danielson against Hangman match was
Yes.
a great, awesome match. I listened with the commentary off. It was just a beautiful match to take in. Um, when you watch a match, listen to it with sound, without sound. That was one where I wanted to take in without sound, and it was long and a roller coaster. And holy smokes, by the end of it, it escalated. Jeff Jarrett getting involved a little bit to start, a little bit more by the end of it. And then at the end of the scene, he's holding up the damn trophy and the title belt above his head. um, Great to watch, though. Danielson, bloody face, Hangman, evil, crazy looked in his eyes. Um, yeah, good characters. Really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a very fun one. Yeah, what you learned from Bruiser, watch it with sound, watch it without sound, watch it as a fan, watch it as a worker. That is one I like. These last couple of Hangman matches, I think they'd be very good to watch in black and white. Um, very good, just like old school black and white, angry villain, Hangman
Mm-hmm.
page. Really been enjoying it. Um, yeah, Money in the Bank was fun, but I don't think I liked it as much as you. But the next two shows that WWE had, Heat Wave and Raw on Monday, I think were top tier, damn near 10 out of 10 shows. Heat Wave, Kalani, Jordan, and Sol Ruka doing the Osprey Ricochet tribute to start off the match. I don't care if you say that thing looks choreographed. A 450 clothesline is a 450 clothesline. All right. Like, I don't care. A 450 clothesline is a 450 clothesline. Never seen that before, and that shit was fucking awesome. Um, those two girls are like might be the most athletic women in wrestling we've ever seen by the end of their careers. That match was super fun. Um, Axiom and Frazier, I think the story is more interesting than the matches that they have. Um, simple story. Frazier's kind of a dick to his tag team partner. um, but Axiom sells it well, and he's like, well, we keep winning, so I can't complain too much. So that tag match was very fun. Um, oh God, who else they had? We got to talk about the main event: Fatal Four Way, Ego, Sean Spears, Trick, and Javion. Javion is amazing. That we talk about a match to highlight Fatu on Saturday. That match was a highlight Javion and see if the crowd would be down with him being champion. And I think the crowd responded very well. That match was insane. That man went off. Ego, wonderful heel. Totally love the finish. One of the best finishes, I think, probably for the year, really, so far. As far as matches I've seen, that was a very good finish. Very good show. Raw the next night. Freaking Gable and Jey Uso, consummate professionals, but the Wyatt Six fucking with Gable. Jey Uso getting the win and running out of that motherfucker. That you talk about great stories in WWE. Jey Uso avoiding the Wyatt Six is one of my favorite things. He wants no part of it. He is definitely afraid and is not ashamed to show it. It's great. WWE continuing with the you gotta look in the background. They had the women's I guess tag picture outlook after that 6-man. And you had Chad Gable in the back with the Creed brothers. Creed brothers in suits wearing their sunglasses inside, letting you know they're bad boys. You can always tell it's a bad boy because they're wearing their shades inside now. That was fun. The women's tag, the big Damage Control fan. Caden and Katana are a fun tag team. They might be number 3 and 4 as far as athletic women by the end of their careers. Fun match, good storytelling with Shauna, Zoe, and Deanna Peraza, not Deanna Peraza. Can't remember her name right now. But their faction coming through, so I'm excited. I know there's been talk of new belts. It's like we got the Rascals on NXT. We have Gallus. Give us trios belts. Give us trios belts. I mean, I know you're talking about giving the women some mid card championships, but give us some trios belts. If Zach was here, he would say that NXT was everything he wanted it to be, especially because we got the Rascals reunion. So super excited for that. Overall, just really good weekend of wrestling. Like, yeah, I didn't like Money in the Bank as much as some other people, but I do think the shows just got better and better as it went along. So can't be too upset. Yeah. So it was like I said, just good wrestling on TV. Yeah, AEW killing it tonight. Women's Open Heart Final. Mariah May and Willow going on. The 4-way with Ishii, Claudio, Pac, and Kyle Fletcher was awesome. I love seeing the New Japan guys in what like we wouldn't consider them gimmick matches, but they're matches that they just don't have very often. And Ishii really sold out during that. And freaking, I don't know what part of Canada they're in, probably not Montreal, but this part of Canada loves Ishii. So these are good people. I guess with that little tease, why don't we talk about what you did this weekend, Perk?
This weekend was such a fun one. We celebrated the nation's capital in the backyard for Game Changer Wrestling. GCW Backyard Wrestling kicked off the events on the 4th of July on Fight TV, Thriller TV. Such a celebration of pro wrestling. It's almost like a SummerSlam of sorts, where all the hard work.
I'd say it's another, like, if GCW has major shows, the 4th of July backyard one is one of them.
Great American Bash.
Yeah. If they had to have like their big 4, I would put that one in there.
And it's a barbecue. There's burgers going, hot dogs, coolers on top of coolers filled with waters. My favorite, ice and water. I was tending the ice and water cooler like I was stoking a fire, making sure it was replenished. I was double fisting all day.
Oh, you're a slut drink, for the water.
Favorite drink, favorite flavor, ice cold. Yeah, it was amazing. And so many fun matches that day. It was the second time I've been able to do backyard wrestling. So I made sure I had my attire ready, which was the Reebok questions and the champion shorts. Made sure in comfortable order to referee a match in the backyard, and certainly had the right attire. It worked once and it worked again. The first match we had of the day was to help out a homie, a buddy, pal, a mentor of mine, helping out ref. Well, not a ref for that night.
Oh yeah, no, not in that match. No, like, I ain't never seen a ref do a shooter.
It was, yeah, Brian Johnson comes out to the ring all mean, and he picks on referee Adam, and he pushes him, he kicks him out of the ring, and well, Brian Johnson didn't really know that Adam used to wrestle in the backyard, and he's got a history, and he's a master of the trampoline and really a master of backyard wrestling from
It's a whole different
from
environment.
his own heyday. So the Mecca wasn't prepared for ATOM Adam to make his entrance to the ring, and that he did. Brian Johnson kicked Ref Adam out of the ring, where I met him with a nice water bottle. Ref Scarlett had his robe. We got ready, we got hype, and Ref Adam made his ring debut as Atom on GCW Backyard Wrestling. It was incredible. He gave it everything he had. That entrance was so cool. Yeah, I loved every second of it. Brian Johnson was such a mean villain, and yeah, he's a character with zero redeeming qualities out there in the ring. So the crowd absolutely hated him, and they absolutely loved Adam. And yeah, I've never seen a couple of moves that he's done before.
Yeah, yeah. Adam
Two
went
combos,
off.
shooting star press, two of them. Use that trampoline as well. Yeah, unbelievable. He is a legend, and the legend will continue to grow.
Yes, yeah.
And you had to see it.
We need a return next summer.
We made it out to Toronto the next day, and someone was hanging a sign from the balcony that says, "We want Adam."
Hell yeah! Like that's the thing. Like that went viral almost immediately. I imagine from when I saw it.
It was so cool. That was incredible. It really was. Such a fun day. Great celebration. Yeah, we had a blast. And then the next match, unfortunately, the finish happened the way it did, and Brian Johnson walked away victorious.
Boo.
But Adam still got his. It was great. And the next match I had that night was Vampiro, the main event, which was Vampiro against Lucky 13. Wild match they brawled throughout the entire backyard, and it went. There was fire for sure from Pyro. 13 held up a door, so the Pyro got stopped by the doors. He breathed the fire. It looked pretty damn cool. Great video. And it ended with a table being set up in the ring and a tractor being drove to the ring with forklift being raised high above the ring and a pallet. Both guys were on top and a neck breaker through the door, crashing to the ring. Vampiro picks up the victory. Hell of a match. That was a great finale. Phenomenal ending to a great show. Lots of cool picks throughout the backyard. Yeah, just a great celebration all around. And then we were off the next day to Toronto for GCW. We were at the Opera House, which was such a great venue. Been there once before. Amazing balcony and the view of the
I
stage.
believe is that where the Gringo Jack Cartwheel spot was?
Yup, that was at the Opera House, and it brought me right back to it as I saw both those guys and brought it up to him. Cartwheel hits that Sasuke special, and Gringo catches him while standing on the apron. Wow, one of the coolest moments I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was wild.
This time, Gringo Loco had Galeno Del Mal. He was not going to pull that same maneuver in this match. But yeah, such a fun time. The show was incredible. First match I had was Megan Bain against Jody Threat. Jody Threat, being from Canada, had that crowd rocking and rolling.
Yep. Canadian legend.
Yep. And Megan Bain is a beast. She's on another level right now.
Yep.
And
she has come very far.
Mm-hmm. Next match I had was Alec Price and Cole Radrick against the Bollywood Boys.
I did want to watch that one. That looked like that was going to be fun.
That was fun. A hockey match and hockey fight broke out midway through. It was incredible.
Yeah,
very
I
fun
felt
match.
those four would probably have a very fun one.
And then the next match I had was Jordan Oliver against Charles Mason. Jordan Oliver is such a warrior, incredible. He gives it his all every time for the fans and for his teammates, and he's been working through an injury for some time. And after this match, will be his last match as he's working to get surgery on his knee. And Charles Mason made it look very evil because it was.
He is very good at that.
Vicious. We wish our best to Jordan Oliver. I get so much inspiration and motivation from him. Mm-hmm. A really good brother. Well, out on the road when we travel. Years ago, throughout the Midwest, we have good brothers that we train with. Now, over the past couple of years, I traveled, through the country and the world, and we have good brothers that we travel with and learn from, and we really learn from being on the road, in the cars, hotels, and in working shows. So the evolution continues with the same foundation that we grew up on. We were brought into the business the right way to make a wrestling family, and we continue to make a wrestling family. And just as we wish our well, best wishes to Doc Simmons coming back and making the big comeback, we give our best wishes and love to Jordan Oliver as he makes his comeback.
Yes, sir.
And there's strength in numbers, and there's support in the pro wrestling community, and we pull for one another because we're all students of the business, working hard for one another to help the business grow.
Definitely. Yeah. All the people with ACL injuries. I can't remember who else just went down. Somebody else just tore theirs, and they said they're out. So, like, keep up the good fight. We coming back better than ever.
Yep, make that comeback bigger than the setback, and it takes good support and hard work to get there.
Yes, support.
Lots of support. In the main event of that night, we had Mance Warner against Blake Christian to determine who's the real GCW World Champion. And wouldn't you know, shenanigans ended that match. Blake Christian bailed and said, "Screw this, I'm out." So Mance Warner is the GCW World Champion. In my mind, at least. He's the scariest dude in pro wrestling. Genuine. He crosses the barricade and he will terrorize the audience as well as anyone really in his path. So scary. I acknowledge Mance Warner as my champion, as the GCW World Champion.
Oh my god, I should have sent it to you. Yeah, this video of this little girl winning like a makeup competition. And it's like she's by far the youngest. I think she's like 6 years old competing against adults, and she wins. And her acceptance speech is "Acknowledge me."
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. She feels it. As we would say growing up, if you smell, it doesn't matter what you say. That's great. But yeah, it was a great time, and GCW Toronto was phenomenal. The next day we went to Montreal, made it to Montreal Comic Con, checked it out, found some Godzillas. It was awesome. I'm on search for a mini Mecha Godzilla, and wouldn't you know, I found one.
Oh, okay.
So
Never.
I took a
Actually, no,
picture.
that doesn't change. I did. You do your thing.
Ah,
Do your thing.
yeah, I just really wanted to take a picture with it. I didn't even get it. I did find a little mini Space Godzilla from the 90s. If you haven't seen Space Godzilla, definitely worth it. Uh, the epitome of classic 90s monster. Great movie. Great colors, too. And yeah, awesome Comic Con. We stayed at a motel that night, ended up watching the Money in the Bank pay per view and fought two Beastin. And the motel was Wild Stories, the Motel Redo in Montreal, Canada. Needless to
You'll never
say,
forget it.
uh, 1, 2, 3 strikes and a fourth strike, and we were out of there. um, to a nice double tree where they hooked us up with some nice warm cookies. Uh, they asked us how many people, and they gave us some extra cookies. We came back the next night, and the guy was there with another person working the front desk, and he said, "Just give them the cookies." It was the best. It was a total nice come up after a wild travel. Then we had a show with IWS against GCW. First match I had was an IWS match, almost a student match, where there were a few students in the match and everyone else trying to help them out and bringing everyone up. So a great experience match for everyone to be a part of. And it was nice for me to get accustomed to the ring and the land in the Olympia Theater, which was incredible. Maybe the coolest balcony I've ever seen. Amazing stage, awesome venue in Montreal. Nathan, Lee, and Mel against Elevation and Danny. Fun 6-person tag match with a big frog splash for the finish. Next match I had was Charlie Tiger and Jimmy Lloyd against Casanova Production. A 2-on-2 match with the manager on the outside. Team GCW against Team IWS at this point. I was rocking my GCW shirt. I got pulled out of the ring by the manager. I barked with him until Charlie Tiger came through with a flying dive. Yeah, fun match. Cool to be a part of. And then the main event of the night was a death match with Joey Janela and Crazy Manny. But before that was Mance Warner, the GCW champion, against Green Phantom. Mance Warner said, "You want this to be a GCW world title match? All right, well, you got 10 minutes to defeat me." So it was an IWS referee inside the ring. I was standing close by. I set a timer as well for 10 minutes as it started. The match went on, and a big DVD or a big Green Phantom bomb through the door. Mance Warner was on the ground for a 1-2 right as the bell rang. The referee went down for a 3, crowned Green Phantom as the new champion. However, no, it was not the stipulations. I was right there on the crowd ringside with the timer, so I made sure it what looked to be
Unfortunately, you're a good ref and an even
yeah
better
what
timekeeper.
yeah and what looked to be a title change was not. It was really just kind of unfortunate that the crowd thought that for a moment. But yeah, we had the time capped to the second, and Phantom was on top of the rope celebrating. I told the ref, I told the announcer, and I climbed a rope or two and snagged that title right back from Phantom and gave it back to our champion, Mance Warner, because he is my champ. He's our champ, and the title stays. And that was fun. A great way to end the weekend.
Very nice.
Returning the title back.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm sure that I'm sure you're happy you left the people of Montreal a little sad that day.
There's no mistaking why the screw job happened when it did, and I had no remorse swiping that title back and taking it back.
Perch truly believes now Brett screwed Brett. He had to. He had to.
A lot of questions were answered that weekend. And I thoroughly enjoyed that finale.
Very nice. Very nice. No, yeah, sounds fun. Happy you can give back for the good old USA. Me, not much this past weekend. Mowed the grass because I got to be an adult. But for those who don't know, I am originally from the East Coast, and this weekend I think I did the most Midwestern thing I had ever done. I went to a meat raffle, and it was pretty fun. You just buy raffle tickets. They call out numbers. If you win, you get to pick a big thing of meat. We did win a whole chicken, which we ate today, and it was pretty good. So I don't think it's going to be an they do it once a month at this place. I don't think it's going to be an every month thing, maybe an every other month thing. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was quite the experience. There was so much wrestling on this past weekend and the weekend before that. I really kind of just sat and watched wrestling. There are other matches I watch. I just didn't talk about because I've just been study watching. If you're a tag team, I probably watch your match. All right, at this point, like I'm eating everything, looking for inspiration everywhere. So if you're a tag team, and you're listening to this, if you're one of our 12s and 12s, maybe even 13s of 13s listeners out there, and you happen to be a tag team wrestler, at this point, there's a good chance I saw your stuff. That's really all I did. But why don't we go ahead and look at some previous answers to some topics? Because the homie Tom answered. What was his first one? It was on the documentaries because we recorded or I uploaded late last week, so I missed out. But Tom, his was 3 documentaries he would love to see. Would be Josh Alexander, Walter Gunther, and his favorite going today, which I did not know this was his favorite wrestler going today, Jeff Cobb. Great pick. We stand Matunza in this household, so we completely support that. And his agreements for best wrestler this first half is with me the low hanging fruit Billy, and then he also thinks that Jake something is quietly having a very good year. Mark Briscoe's promos, the conglomeration is hilarious. Kyle O'Reilly is hilarious. Him just wanting to be mini Mark Briscoe is like, y'all say AEW ain't telling stories. Y'all ain't paying attention. All right. Like, this shit is hilarious. Is awesome. And giving a shout out to our co-host who isn't here at the moment because I am having trouble with Zoom today. Like the app on my phone and the app on my computer are not communicating. But give it a shout out to our co-host Zach. He thinks Zach is having a very good 2024 so far, and I would be inclined to agree, Tom. But the topic for today is we're done looking at the first half of 2024. We got to look forward to the next half of 2024. So, Perch, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, the next half of 2024, really looking forward to a lot more travel. The next half of the year, we'll be traveling another time to Japan and seeing more of the culture and experiencing a few different places out there. This time, we'll be working with DDT Pro Wrestling.
Hey.
which is a dream come true.
Mhm.
So I'm really just looking forward to spending more time out in maybe my favorite place on earth, Tokyo, Japan, and connecting with more people out there and sharing what we have in common, which is a love for pro wrestling and fun things in life, just joy.
Who would have
uh,
thought 5 years ago, listeners, when Perch was starting off being a wrestling fan, starting off as his ref, he'd have turned into a little weeb that loves him some Tokyo, Japan.
it's incredible, truly, to learn and study pro wrestling and to gain that appreciation and respect is is there's no place like it.
It's been an amazing journey to watch your discovery of just the world as you
Yeah,
travel.
yeah. So really looking forward to exploring more of the world and still greeting fans at the door at every show I go to. I really enjoy that, and looking forward to taking a lot more photos and putting in work to create a pretty cool magazine that we're really trying to put the best of the best into it and put something out. So really looking forward to producing more stuff in professional wrestling while enjoying every day.
Nice, nice.
And I hope Roman Reigns comes back.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man, there's so much good wrestling, didn't even talk about it. We got mommy back last night. Rhea Ripley came back, and that was suck it, Dom. So yeah. Yeah, comebacks. I'm excited for Roman to come back. I was excited last night when Rhea came back. I'm excited for my at least come back to being active, which hopefully will happen pretty soon here. Where I can start picking up the pace and doing stuff. So really looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what Zach's got going the rest of the year. He's got a very busy weekend this week. And I'm with Tom. He's having a good year so far. I want to see him continue. And when I come back, he's still got to do his thing. I'm gonna support him, but we gonna get some country air in there. But yeah, Zach's doing good. I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes. Uh, on a more immediate future, how AEW ended just now with Mariah May. That last shot was beautiful. It was like they knew they were getting that shot. It's like I don't know at what point they knew they were getting that shot, but they knew they were getting that shot. That was a beautiful shot. That is your all-in poster right there. That was a crazy ending. So I am very much looking forward to Tony versus Mariah May. I was on team. I thought Tony would turn. It was looking like it because she was hanging back a little too long. But woof, what an ending. What an ending. Ah,
Incredible. I love it. The visual, the characters,
yeah.
everybody, the build up. I was going to say one of the things I loved from watching was even their latest promo, the two of them in black and white.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah, they put
incredible.
out the movie the
To see this,
other day.
yeah, that was wonderful. And to see this now, oh, even better.
Yes, yes. So yeah, y'all who say W ain't telling stories, y'all ain't watching. Everybody's telling stories. Everybody's telling stories. You just gotta pay attention. So yeah, all right. Why don't we start to wind down and talk about what you got coming up this weekend, Perch? What's on the docket?
This weekend is a weekend of rest. Um, but nothing on the immediate calendar. We're going to see what's happening um, with the family. I haven't seen my brother and sister-in-law and the kids quite some time, maybe once in the past since Christmas. Uh, so I think it may be time for a little family time
All
and
right, nice.
enjoy every moment of it. There's also a Godzilla Fest going on in Chicago. Uh, yeah, if there's any way to make that, I will report on it the next time around.
I am looking for. I think there's a way to make it. You'll make it. You'll
Never-ending quest to find a mini Mecha Godzilla.
continues. All
It
right.
continues. Found one, but it wasn't mini enough.
It wasn't many enough. Okay. All right. I will speak for Zach. On Friday, he is going down to Kansas for Fountain City Pro, making his debut there. I don't remember what his match is because he does not have a match graphic. But he is going to be there down at Fountain City Pro. Should be fun. Debut in a new state, always exciting. Saturday going up to MAW in Minnesota. So that is going to be a drive for him this weekend already. Kansas on Friday, Minnesota on Sunday. I don't believe he has a match card for that either. Or a match graphic for that. And then Sunday, he will be at the Gabe Spolsky seminar out here in Wisconsin. A wonderful opportunity for any wrestlers listening to get yourself in front of the indie contact for WWE. Gabe, we have done a couple of his seminars over the year. Has given us a chance to look at ourselves. We might not have gotten it at the time when he gave us the info, but it hit at some point, and we've had some amazing experiences and stories that will probably stay with us for the rest of our lives there. So that should be a fun weekend for him. Me, I will be chilling. Right. Yep, chilling. I'm probably kicking at home most of the weekend. Sunday I might be heading out to Milwaukee. I got to figure out some things, just hang out. But yeah, should be a nice chill weekend. Gonna keep working out. Um, yeah, I'm getting antsy, ready to be active, ready to do this. So hitting it hard in the gym, that'll be what's on the docket for me. And with that, I think, hey, why don't we take it home? Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, continue to celebrate pro wrestling. Enjoy it, as many different genres and styles that you can. Reading about it, watching it, listening to it. Next week, I'll be on a GCW podcast. Should be a good time on Twitter, and yeah, hosted by
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that.
the GCW crew, and I think that should be on uh, Tuesday night.
Do that, and so we'll make sure we don't record on Tuesday.
And then and we could even do it. It's going to be a late one. That one's like he's on West Coast, so it's going to
Oh,
be a late. So we can
like we got
we'll
time.
rock this one right into there. We got
Like if you
time.
want to, we can run them back to back.
And then also next week, already we'll be kicking it out in Louisville, St. Louis, and Indianapolis. Little Thursday, Friday, Saturday action.
All right.
So a lot of good pro wrestling going on in the Midwest coming up. And yeah, we want to send our love and support to everybody who's out there grinding and working hard and um, continuing to put in that work, whether people see it or you're the only one who sees it. Keep grinding and keep working hard and setting those goals and pushing forward. Because the better and stronger you make yourself, the better and stronger you can be to the wrestling world and community, and really just help the current generation and the next generation succeed. So we send our love to everybody and best wishes to Jordan Oliver right now, and Doc Simmons and everybody who's going through it.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's going through it. Physically or mentally. The grind will get to you, but always remember there's support, as Perch said. There are people that want to see you succeed. There are people that want to see you get back into it. So just always remember that. Um, like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all social medias. Follow Zach at Z Hendricks Brand on all social medias. Country Air at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram. Country Air Brand on the Twitter machine or X machine, if whatever we're calling it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and one more shout out for Backyard Wrestling. We had a great ref crew. It was Adam, Scarlett, in an awesome outfit with her sun hat. It was all wrapped out. It was awesome. We had Rev Paul, the package, who does backyard wrestling. He's a legend and trained with Adam and Brian Johnson many years ago. And we also had Ref Jumbo in there from New York, Long Island. Great dude. He helps us with GCW all the time, setting up, tearing down, odds and ends. A legitimate good dude on the road and ring crew guy. He refs in the East Coast, so it was a pleasure to share the GCW ring with Jumbo for the first time over the weekend.
Oh, nice. And you know what else? I'll sneak in a couple more shout outs. Shout out to Storm Grayson and Jordan Cross for playing the Bucks tonight on Dynamite in that caster video. Especially shout out to Cross. He makes sure you go see my face on TV every time. Anytime he's an extra. It's like, yep, there he is. He gonna make sure. And he might have had the funniest moment in the whole video. So shout out to those two. Yeah. And like I said, follow us on all social medias down below. Let us know what you are looking forward to the rest of 2024. It doesn't have to be wrestling. I'm looking forward to the fact that I now know that Perch is looking for a mini Godzilla. Do you know what my Explorer page is filled with?
The quest continues. Just because I find one doesn't mean the quest is over.
Yeah.
We just haven't found the right one
It
yet.
is not the first. It is not the first. It won't be the last mini Mecha Godzilla that comes across my feed. So don't worry. Do not worry. This is a very common thing for me.
Ongoing storyline.
Yeah,
We'll quest the world.
That's the ongoing storyline for the Take It Home podcast. The rest of the year is how many Mecha Godzillas does Perch need? The world may never know.
Spotted one in Montreal so far.
Yeah. But this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One. Yeah.